O bakit pareho kayo may lay?
Nag-attend lang po kami niyan kasi yung dinasal dyan, yun yung kaibigan ko.
So, ibig sabihin, nagsinungaling ka nung una at sinumpa mo yun.
Because of my...
Paano kami maniniwala ngayon sa iyo na totoo na yung pangalawa mong affidavit? Kung dun sa umpisa, una pa lang, nagsinungaling ka na. So, at that point in time, alam mo na, napapatayin yung tatlo.
Alam ko po, Your
O,
Honor.
anong ginawa mo nga? Yun ang tanong ko nga eh. Ano ang ginawa mo nung nalaman mo, napapatayin yung tatlo na
Wala.
nasa loob ng iyong piitan?
Colonel Padilla, naiba ang iyong affidavit in some material aspect, no? Kaya siyempre, magdadahan-dahan tayo, lalong-lalo na sa iyong mga affidavit dahil binago mo ang iyong affidavit. Siyempre, gusto nating makasiguro, lalong-lalo na sa mga pangyayari. Sabi nga nila, recantations are generally looked upon with disfavor. But we're doing this, I'm clarifying this point, to ensure that your latest statement, as contained in your September 2 affidavit, could pass the credibility test. As the highest ranking official of your institution, you should know that a commander can delegate his authority but not his responsibility. So responsable po kayo, Colonel Padilla, kung ano po yung nangyayari sa loob ng Bilibid. Ayon sa iyo, sometime in 2015-2016, may mga nilipat na suspected Chinese drug lord mula sa Bilibid papunta sa inyo sa Davao Prison. At ikaw ay nag-object dito dahil wala kayong facility para sa mga high-profile inmates katulad na lang ng mga Chinese drug lords. Again, Colonel Padilla, parilawin po natin, sino po ba ang may authority na maglipat ng inmate mula sa Bilibid papunta sa Davao Prison?
The Director of Corrections po, Your Honor, Mr. Chair.
Sino po?
During that time, it was from order po of Director General of the Bureau of Correction, then General Ricardo Rinier Cruz.
Pakilinawan po yung inyong pagsasalita, sir.
Director General Rinier Cruz po ang nag-transfer sa Davao.
Covered po ba ito, sir, ng memo or any directive?
Yes, Your Honor, Mr. Chair.
So may kasulatan po kayo ng transfer.
Yes, Your Honor, Mr. Chair.
Colonel Padilla, hindi ba parang ito ay highly irregular? Normal po ba itong nangyayari from Bilibid, malilipat sa ibang facility?
That's why I oppose the transfer, Your Honor, Mr. Chair, with my letter during that time.
Ano po ang tingin ninyo, anong dahilan kung bakit inilipat ito sa Davao?
Hindi ko na po alam ang tamang dahilan. Dahil, in fact, we have pending cases pa nga appeared in their record.
Hindi po ba kaya siya inilipat sa Davao dahil mas kontrolado nila yung facility kaysa sa Bilibid?
Maaaring isa pong dahilan.
O dahil mas kontrolado nila kayo?
Hindi po, kasi wala nga po kaming kamalay-malay na dadatnan kami ng ganitong high risk and high profile PDL.
Colonel Padilla, di ba siyempre pag ililipat mo yung isang tao from Bilibid to Davao, hindi ba kaya mo siya ililipat dahil mas kontrolado mo yung mga taong namumuno dun sa Davao Prison?
Hindi
Kaya ibig
naman-
sabihin, mas kontrolado nila kayo, kaya mas pinili nila na dun ilipat yung mga nakakulong.
Yes po, Your Honor, Mr. Chair, kasi national headquarters po namin yung New Bilibid Prison.
Hindi po ba kayo nagduda rito?
Again, Mr. Chair.
Okay. Ang sabi niyo po, Colonel Padilla, suspected. Ibig sabihin yan, hindi pa final and conviction. Tama po ba? Nasa inyong statement po yun.
Yes, Your Honor, Mr. Chair.
At nakakulong sila dahil non-bailable yung offense.
Yes, Your Honor, Mr. Chair.
You describe them as high-profile inmates. Bakit ganito ang classification sa kanila?
Pagka yung high risk, yun po yung mga notorious, and then yung high profile, may mga known records of criminal activities talaga.
Kilala mo ba sila bago sila inilipat sa from Bilibid to Davao Prison. Kilala mo ba sila?
Hindi ko po kilala, Your Honor, Mr. Chair.
Okay, Colonel Padilla. Klaruhin din natin, Colonel Padilla. Sabi ninyo, in 2016, 3 of the Chinese drug lords identified as Tiu Quintin, Wong Mengpin, and Li Yanyan were killed by their fellow inmate Mr. Magdadaro and Mr. Tan. Tama po ba?
Yes, Your Honor.
Si Wong Mengping ay parehong kilala ni Tata at Andy na si Peter Wong. Tama po ba?
Yes, Your Honor, Mr. Chair.
At ito namang si Lin Lan Yan ay parehong tao na kilala ni Tata at Andy na si Jackson Lee. Tama po ba?
Yes, Your Honor, Mr. Chair.
Sa madaling salita, wala tayong pagtatalo na itong mga pangalan na bidabit mo, ayan din yung pinatay ni Tata at ni Andy.
Yes, Your Honor, Mr.
Okay.
Chair.
Colonel Padilla, ayon sa affidavit mo, katulad nga ng sinabi ni Honorable Pimentel kanina, prior to such killing, I've been subjected to an intense pressure by CIDG Officer Royina Garma. Tinawagan siya ni Royina Garma. Bago ang pag-uusap ninyo, kilala mo ba si Royina Garma?
Kilala ko lang po siya bilang Deputy Chief ng CIDG, Davao City, Your Honor.
Sino bang mas maituturing mo mas senior sa inyong dalawa?
Hindi ko po masabi kung sinong mas senior sa amin.
Hindi mo masabi kung sino mas senior sa inyo, pero ganun na lamang siya makapagsalita sa isang superintendent na katulad mo? Hindi ka ba nagtaka kung bakit ganyan kanya kausapin?
Magkaiba po kasi ang level namin sa Bucor at saka doon sa PNP, Your Honor, Mr. Chair.
Nung sinabi ni Garma sa'yo, yung mga salita na may mga tao kami dyan at gagawa at huwag mo questionin, and whether you like it or not, we will operate and do not interfere, baka madamay ang pamilya mo. So makipag-cooperate ka. So anong ibig sabihin ng mag-ooperate sila? Ang ibig bang sabihin nito may papatayin sila?
Mayroon po, Your Honor, Mr. Chair.
Nakatira ka ba sa Davao noong mga panahon na yon?
Yes po, Your Honor, Mr. Chair. Even my family.
So noong bang sinabi na yon na sa iyong pagkakaintindi, meron ka bang inkling o meron ka bang hula kung sino yung balak nilang patayan noong panahon na yon sa pakikipag-usap mo kay Royina Garma?
Yun na pong tatlong Chinese nationals.
Itong si CIDG Officer Garma, ito ba yung kaparehas na si Royina Garma na in-appoint ni Presidente Duterte para mag-head ng PCSO?
Yes, Your Honor, Mr. Chair.
Colonel Padilla, kilala mo ba si Presidente Duterte?
As a former mayor and president of the country, Your Honor, Mr. Chair.
Personal, kilala mo ba siya?
No, Your Honor, Mr. Chair.
Nakita na ba kayo?
Hindi po nangyari. Nagkita na po kami.
Mr. Chairman,
Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, Colonel Padilla,
Yes.
kasi may mga proof kami na magkasama kayo eh.
As nung mayor po siya, Your Honor, Mr. Chair, may mga yung mga kasal ganun, parang
Pero sinabi mo ko na you never met him personally. Binago mo na naman. How can we believe in your statement?
hindi during itong
No,
official
ang
function.
tanong sa iyo, well, in fact, that was also the question of Congresswoman Brosas during the previous hearing. Tinanong kanya kung kilala mo si President Duterte.
If I
Sabi
may-
mo po, sandali, patapusin mo na ako. Sinabi mo na hindi. Kaya, you must tell all. You must be truthful to your statement.
Hindi ko po talaga kilala, Your Honor. May mga may mga question, kasal, siyempre public picture ganon in Davao City.
Meron kayong mga pictures. Meron kami. Mamaya pag sa panahon ko, sana naman sabihin mo na yan lahat ng totoo. Kasi alam na namin yung buong story.
Ayan.
Yung puzzle, buo na yun. Yan
That was taken during when he was a mayor in Davao City.
Anong circumstance? Diba pareho kayong ninong dyan, nagkumpare kayo?
Hindi
That
po.
happens in Samal Island?
Hindi po
Saan
kami,
yan?
Hindi po, sa Samal po yan.
Oh.
Pero hindi po kami magkumpare, Ninong.
Bakit pareho kayo Maylay?
Nag-attend lang po kami niyan kasi yung kinasal dyan, yun yung kaibigan ko. Mike Ruiz. Pero personally, hindi. Picture taking lang po yan as a public figure. Your Honor, Mr. Chair.
Anyway, darating din tayo dyan. Mamaya, pag ako na, magtatanong sa iyo.
Okay, please proceed, Kong Kunhun.
Colonel Padilla, mas maganda po sana kung magsasabi po tayo ng totoo. Kasi ang pagkakasabi ko po, ang tanong ko po sa inyo, kung nagkita na kayo ni dating Presidente Rodrigo Roa Duterte, ang sagot mo, hindi. So mas maganda po, magsabi po tayo ng totoo sa ating mga susunod na katanungan. Ano po? So lagi po nating iisipin na kayo po ay may sinumpaan dito at magsabi po tayo ng totoo. May I continue, Mr. Chair?
Please proceed.
Colonel Padilla, sabi mo sa affidavit ninyo na nakaranas ka ng intense pressure at totoo yung threat sa'yo. Kasi alam mo for a fact, operations made against a certain drug lord in Leyte days before she called me. Anong ibig mong sabihin dito sa iyong statement na yun?
Mayroon na pong nangyaring same operation din involving known inmate drug lord in Leyte a week before the Davao incident.
Paano mo nalaman ito?
Isa po sa operating prison and penal farm namin yung Abuyog, Leyte.
Okay. Colonel Padilla, sabi mo sa iyong sabi mo sa iyong statement, you became worried of your safety, of my safety, and I began to observe the personnel of Davao Penal Colony who among them were the people referred to by CIDG Karma. So ang ibig mong sabihin, hindi mo alam kung kailan o paano ang sinong mga kasama sa operation?
Yes, Your Honor, Mr. Chair.
Wala kang alam dito?
Yun pong si IDG Garma. Ang alam kong meron pong utak niyang operation na yan.
Pero kilala mo kung sino ang mga target?
Yes, Your Honor, yung 3 Chinese nationals.
At nung sinabi sa ni Garma yung ganun, hindi ka ba humingi ng detalye sa kanya? Nung pinag-usapan niyo kung sino yung mga target, ano yung detalyeng ibinigay niya sa'yo?
Basta yun lang po, yung 3 Chinese national na subject nila. Dahil mga member po yun ng Bamboo Triad and Sinaluha Drug Cartel operating in the country.
Bakit ganun ang kapangyarihan niyang si Garma, ni Ruita Garma? Bakit ganun siya ka-impluwensya, yung kanyang kapangyarihan, bakit ganun?
Dahil CIDG po siya ng Davao City. So, under po sa area ng operation nila yung Davao, buong Davao.
Hindi ba dahil sa iyong palagay, kaya mo rin siya sinusunod at hinahayaan mong kausapin kang ganun dahil tingin mo ba nakarekta siya kay Pangulong Rodrigo Roa Duterte?
Marahil, ganun, Your Honor, kasi naging mayor si President Duterte. Kahit na during that time na siya ang deputy CIDG and naging station commander pa po ng isang presinto sa Davao City.
Kindly wrap up, Congressman.
Okay,
Kunhun.
thank you, Mr. Chair. Last question, Mr. Chair. Pagkatapos ng usapan na yon ninyo ni Garma, hindi na ba kayo nag-usap ulit?
Wala na po. Wala na pong nangyaring kasunod pa na pag-uusap.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Chair. I will, na lang sa next round, Mr. Chair. Ituloy ko yung aking katanungan. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Congressman Kunhun. The next to interpolate is Congressman Acop. Congressman Acop, you're recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Superintendent Padilla, dalawa po ang inyong affidavit, di po ba? Isang
Yes, Your Honor.
27 August at saka isang 2 September.
Yes, Your Honor, Mr. Chair.
Magkakontra.
Yes, Your Honor, Mr. Chair. Binago ko po dahil
So, ibig sabihin, nagsinungaling ka nung una at sinampa mo yun.
because of my...
Paano kami maniniwala ngayon sa iyo na totoo na yung pangalawa mong affidavit? Kung dun sa umpisa, una pa lang, nagsinungaling ka na.
Because of my personal safety, Your Honor, Mr. Chair.
Because of your personal safety, nagsinungaling ka.
Opo. Kasi
Ngayon, gumawa ka ng second affidavit.
hindi ko naman po akalain na
Hindi.
didivulge.
Hayaan mo muna, tapusin mo muna ako. gumawa ka ng second affidavit mo disregarding your personal safety already. Tama po ba ang aking kaisipan?
Hindi ko po akalain na in this hearing, ang pagkakalam ko po is through executive session. Take
Aha.
up.
Kasi tama po yung sabi ni Honorable Konggun, yung recantation is not looked upon with favor by the courts. Kasi yung ngayon sinabi ko, nagsinungaling ka na doon sa sinumpa mo, tapos babaguhin mo. Yun po yun. Ngayon, umpisahan po natin na ilipat yung 3 Chinese na PDLs sa iyong lugar. Kanino nang galing yung utos?
From higher headquarter po, Your Honor.
Ah,
Mr. Chair.
Hindi ko naman. Sino po doon sa higher headquarters na nag-utos?
Yung Director of Corrections.
Sino po yung Director of Corrections na nag-utos na ilipat yung 3 sa Davao Penal Colony?
Based on the record po, Your Honors, Director General then Rinyar Cruz.
At sinabi mo rin na nag-object ka rito.
Yes, Your Honor, Mr. Chair.
Do you have any piece of evidence that would show o magpapakita na nag-object po kayo?
Yes, in fact, it was the first letter which I opposed to the transfer dated July 27, 2015 and nireiterate ko po ng October 2015.
O sige, narinig ko na yung sinuot mo kanina eh. Tinatanong ko lang kung meron po kayong ebidensya. Could you please submit to this committee yung ebidensya po na yun na kayo po ay nag-object? Thank you. Punta po tayo dun sa statement ninyo na you were subjected to intense pressure by then CIDG Officer Ruina Garma, who called me through the cell phone of another inmate Fortaleza at sinabi sa iyo ni Madam Garma na may mga tao kami dyan na gagawa at huwag mo nang questionin. And whether you like it or not, we will operate and do not interfere. Baka madamay ang pamilya mo.
Yes, Your
Is that
Honor.
true?
Yes, Your Honor, Mr.
Now,
Chair.
kung natanggap mo itong mensaheng ito mula kay Colonel Garma, what would have been the proper thing that you would have done? Ano po dapat ang ginawa ninyo?
Hindi ko po actually binigyan ng kuan yung kanyang sinabi. Kumbaga,
Hindi mo pinagbigyan pero sinabi mo, you experience intense pressure tapos
Yes,
hindi mo binigyan ng kwan.
during that time, Your Honor, Mr. Chair, nagkaroon po ng ganun.
Oo nga.
Kasi gusto nilang during that time madaliin po yung pagsasagawa nung
Pagsasagawa ng ano?
pagpatay doon sa 3 child.
So, at that point in time, alam mo na napapatayin yung 3.
Alam ko po, Your Honor,
O
Mr.
anong
Chair.
ginawa mo nga? Yun ang tanong ko nga eh. Ano ang ginawa mo nung nalaman mo napapatayin yung 3 na
Wala.
nasa loob ng iyong piitan? Marami kang pagsisinungaling, Colonel eh.
Kasi nakakulong po yun, hindi ko talaga akalain na mailalabas po doon sa pinagkulungan nila.
Merong ano?
Hindi ko po akalain na mailalabas po dahil naka-safekeeping po doon. Ako po ang nag-order na safekeeping dyan.
Pero antimano, inamin mo na alam mo na napapatayin yung 3.
Yes.
Pero wala kang ginawa.
Yes, Your Honor, Mr. Chair. Kaya nga
Hindi
po,
mo man lang inireport doon sa mga nakakataas para tulungan ka na patigilin o tigilin yung ganun na mangyayari.
Your Honor, Mr. Chair. Kaya nga umihingi ako ng executive session kasi napakasilan po yung...
Sige, let us see kung kuan. Pero ako ang unang magpapatigil ng executive session kung yung sasahibihin mo ay hindi importante dito sa mga issue na inimbestigahan dito sa committee na ito.
It's very sensitive,
Maliwanag
Your
ko
Honor.
siguro yon. Ano? Now, sinabi mo kanina na sa pagsagot po ninyo sa aking mga kasamaan na merong unang pagtatangka. Tama po ba?
Yes, Your Honor, Mr. Chair.
Paano mo nalaman na may unang pagtatangka?
Doon po sa tawag ni
Tawag ni?
CIDG Garma.
So, ibig mo sabihin, yung una eh,
Yun
yun
lang
ang
po.
una.
Yun po.
Yun ang unang pagtatangka.
Opo.
So, ano po yung nalaman po ninyo, yung pangalawang pagtatangka na sinabi po ninyo?
Wala naman pong, yun lang po, yung unang usapan lang po na yun.
So, kasi narinig ko kanina, merong first try na sinabi mo sa katanungan ng aking mga kasamahan.
Opo.
So, wala na yung pangalawa. Yun na at yun na.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Thank you. Doon po sa pagtatanong na aking mga kasamaan at pagsasagot ng mga ibang testigo, hindi ka pa ba naniniwala na may plano talaga na patayin yung tatlo?
Naniniwala nga po ako.
So naniniwala ka. Ang sinasabi mo lang, hindi ka kasama doon sa plano.
Naunahan po ako doon sa plano.
Ano ibig mong sabihin?
Naunahan po ako kasi
Naunahan kanino?
nung pangyayari kasi in-expect nila na ako ang unang kikilos.
Iba naman yung impormasyon ko. Si Congressman Paduano na magtatanong sa iyo. Hindi ikaw ang pipiit, isang tao na wala na rito sa mundo dahil din dyan sa okasyon na yan. Di ba?
Yes, Your
Hindi.
Honor. That's
Ikaw,
why
kasama ka sa plano kasi walang mangyayari sa piitan na yon kung hindi mo alam o kung ayaw mo. Tama po ba?
ganun po, Your Honor, Mr. Chair.
May nangyayari sa piitan na hindi mo nalalaman?
Ganun po ang nangyari.
O nangyari lang dito sa pangyayaring ito?
Opo, opo.
Okay. Yun po yung inyong depensa. Yung pong paggalugad, kanino pong utos talaga yun? Para magkaroon ng kasalanan yung dalawang PDL para mabartolina sila. At anong yung paggalugad din dun sa foreign part ng inyong detention?
Yun po ang
Sino po ginalugad din po sila para sila mapunta sa Bartolina? Tama po? Sino nag-utos nun?
Tulad ng sinabi ko po, mayroon po akong
Tinatanong ko lang po kung sino ang nag-utos.
sa security operation po.
Security operation. Sino po yun?
Ang security operation ko during that time is Robert Quinto.
Quinto. Tinuturo mo na dahil patay na siya.
Hindi
Di
po.
ba?
Siya po ang...
Hindi nga, patay na siya, di ba?
Yes, Your Honor. Pero
Yes, binaril din siya. Kaya huwag na tayong pumunta ron. Kasi kanina, nung last hearing, sinabi ni Tiniente Poro na ang nag-utos ng paggalugad doon sa lugar ng mga incheck at saka yung dalawang PDL, kayo po ang tinuro. It's a matter of record. Nandun po. Kaya, ginawa yung galugan na yun para magkaroon ng dahilan para madala sila sa Bartolina kung saan sila papatayin. Kasi, nandun din doon sa statement na sinabi nung dalawang nautusan na papatay na mahirapan sila dahil nandun sa ibang lugar, yung tatlong incheck, at nasa ibang lugar sila. Kaya ginawa ng paraan na mapupunta sila sa iisang lugar, sa selda number 6 ng Bartolina. Tapos, inamin din ng iyong in charge sa Bartolina na punong-puno yung Bartolina. Pero yung selda number 6, dadalawa lang ang nandun. At doon din nala yung tatlong incheck na pinatay. Kaya, kung tutuusin, kung ikaw ay investigador talaga, makikita mo na parang may plano. Di ba? Ikaw na rin nagsabi.
mayroon po
Sabi
talaga.
mo na may plano.
Mayroon po talaga.
Yes.
Your Honor.
Kaya lang, ang sinasabi mo, hindi ka kasama sa plano, pero hindi naman mangyayari po ito kung tatanggihan nyo o hindi nyo papayagan. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Congressman Acop. The next to interpolate is Congressman Paduano. You're recognized.
Thank you, Chairman. Anyway, Mr. Chairman, eto lang po, Kere Padilla, kasi buo na po yung puzzle. Buo na namin po. Ngayon, we're just requesting you to tell the truth. Now, in my question, pag hindi mo kayang sagutin in public, you will just tell me na mag-executive, you will request for an executive session. Okay?
Kaya nga po, humihingi po ako for an executive session.
Kaya nga po, tanungin muna kita, just to establish the premise that indeed,
Di ba, Your Honor?
you can be allowed for your request. Okay? Ano lang po, premise lang.
Sige po.
Okay? Sabihin mo lang pag hindi mo masagot. Okay? Sa executive session na lang, just in case. Okay? Now, number one, actually, Kere Padilla, based on our investigation, alam namin, you're the less corrupt in Davao Penal Colony. Alam po namin yon. Na-check na po namin yung records. Na-check na rin po namin yung mga statements coming from your peers during that time. For example, if I ask you, do you know Dr. Derla?
Yes.
Di ba, he was also ambushed, but fortunately, nabuhay.
Yes, Your Honor.
Tama? And the time he was assigned. Di ba? He was assigned in Davao Penal Colony.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Now, so alam mo yon. Alam mo rin siguro ang kwento doon. Alam mo, di ba? And can you commit to us that you will divulge the reason behind?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, second. Wag na tayo, ito, actually, yung bagong ano mo, yung 9 to 11 mo, mali ito eh. Hindi totoo ito eh. Hindi totoo yung paragraph 9, 10, 11 in your affidavit. Hindi totoo po ito. Kasi, if I ask you, kanina tinanong ka ni Chairman Ako with regards to the Galugad, malinaw po, walang pakialam na si Quinto the time. Sinabi na po ni Foro na at your orders, galugudin. Maggalugad doon sa INSEC at saka sa dalawang PDL. Established na po yon. Now, sabi mo dito, during the time, off-duty ka na nung nangyari, di ba? Tama? Okay. Now, if you are off-duty, sino naka-duty during the time? Second, high-ranking, kasi 24/7 dapat yan, di ba, Bucor?
Yes
Sa inyo?
po, Your
Sino
Honor.
yung next? Of course, your deputy.
Deputy po, supposed to be. In absence of deputy,
No, ang tinatanong ko ngayon, sino? Sino yung nandun?
Commander of the Guards po.
Eh, saan si Quinto during the time?
Wala po doon. Outside, dahil nakatira po sa labas.
So, wala siya.
Wala siya.
Wala rin siyang travel sa Manila during the official travel during the time.
Parang nagkaroon po ng parang may Wednesday siguro. Sabado po nung nangyari.
Yeah,
Parang
August 13. Chinek ko na po yung records eh. August 13, he was not during the week.
Yes.
Tama?
Ganun
Okay.
po.
Kaya yung statement po dito, na yung security for operation, blah, 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 Robert Quinto, patay na yun eh. Pero alam ko rin yung kwento dito, alam mo rin siguro.
Yes.
Okay. Next question. Is Dr. Derla and, ito sinabi ko na kanina, you're the less corrupt. Ito, with due respect, of course, to former Colonel, now deceased, Quinto. Alam mo naman yung relasyon ni Quinto, ni Derla, sa tatlong Chinese, especially kay Tony Lim. Alam mo yun, di ba?
Yes, Your Honor.
Now, can you divulge it during the executive session?
Yes, Your Honor.
At least para lang po, maklear din natin yung pangalan ni Quinto with regards to that killing.
Kaya nga po, humihingi ako ng...
Okay na. I just want to establish muna. Kaya nga, nung nakaraang hearing pa, sinabi ko na alam na po namin yung puzzle. Tapos na po yun. And when in fact, siguro, I just want to confirm to you, during the first hearing, kaya hindi mo po masabi-sabi na nakausap mo si Garma because, alam mo, si Garma, her record, dun sa Davao, di ba? As CIDG, as Chief of Police of a Station, di ba? Very close to the President, di ba? Alam mo yun, di ba? Kaya medyo wala kang choice.
Yes. That's true.
The same as true for all those persons involved in this particular plan. Tama?
Yes.
Okay. Now, so, do you commit? Sabihin mo na lahat na hindi na ako magtatanong doon. Sabihin mo na you narrate na lang doon sa executive session po.
Yes.
Kasi gusto ko rin i-clear yung pangalan ni Deputy Superintendent Quinto with regards to what happened.
Yes, Your
Pero I
Honor.
will not clear his name with regards to his affiliation with the three Chinese. And pwede natin, well in fact, kilala mo rin, si Macariola. Tama?
Yes, Your Honor.
Tila ba? And do you confirm that Macariola is very close to classmate ni Quinto?
Yes, Your Honor.
Oo, di ba? O kaya tell all ka na doon. Ayop pa. Ayop kasi as stated by Congressman Acop, pag hindi ka nagsabi ng totoo, we will cut short your statement
Yes,
during the
Your Honor.
executive session.
Yes, Your Honor.
Tsaka po, marami pa po eh. May mga complication ka kasi. Ayan, dami dito. For example, Inspector Glasse. Eto, si Glasse. Inspector Edgardo Mendoza. Chief Inspector Roque. Now assigned in Sablayan. Si Glasse nasa NBP ngayon, di ba? Tama?
Davao po.
Davao pa rin. Okay. Now, si Roque is in Sablayan.
In Davao po.
In Davao pa rin. O, tama. And marami pa po. mga names. Kasi we have already checked. Pero as I've stated, I hope you will say it all during the executive session. Kasi, again, let me stress, ikaw po, less corrupt ka. Doon sa loob ng ano po.
Thank you po.
Nakuha ko na po yung background mo. Kaya lang, I do believe na na-pressure ka lang. Kaya tell all na. Tell all na kasi wala na eh. And you will be retiring by November, di ba? Tama. Kasi baka magpatong-patong pang kaso mo because of this. Okay? So, you commit na to this committee. Okay, ha?
Yes po. Your
Okay.
Honor, Mr.
That's all, Mr. Chairman. He has already committed and let's see what will happen during the executive session. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Congressman Paduano. The next to interpolate is Congressman Benny Abante. You are recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Magandang tanghali po, Superintendent Padilla. Marami nang naitanong sa inyo at ako'y nagpapasalamat sa inyong mga sagot. I hope that you're really honest enough today sapagkat sinabi nga po ni Congressman Acop na yung inyong unang affidavit na pinadala rito ay pawang kasinungalingan. No? At ngayong bagong affidavit ninyo ay talagang sinasabi ni po ninyo that you are now telling the truth and nothing but the truth. Di ba?
Yes po.
O,
Your Honor,
nabanggit
Mr.
po ninyo rito ang pag-uusap po ninyo ng CIDG Officer Rowena Garma. Babanggitin ko uli ang pinag-usapan ninyo. Ang sabi sa inyo na Chief Garma, and I quote, may mga taong kami dyan na gagawa at wag mo nang questionin. And whether you like it or not, you will operate and do not interfere. Baka madamay pa pamilya mo. Alam mo na si Congressman, Colonel Garma ay babae, di ba?
Yes po.
Ibig niyo sabihin na iniwala kayo na ang isang babae pwedeng sabihin to sa inyo?
Hawak po nila ang...
Alright. Sinabi nyo that you were nagkaroon kayo ng intense pressure. Yung intense pressure, ibig sabihin natakot kayo, sinabi niya. Kayo ba ay nagkaroon ng intense pressure sa kanyang sinabi o sa isip ninyo meron pang tao behind what Chief Garma said at mas mataas po ito?
That's true.
Hindi po kayo natakot dun sa sinabi ni Chief Garma eh. Kinabahan kayo sapagkat alam ninyo na mayroong mas malaking tao behind what Chief Garma said.
Yes po.
Kanina po, nabanggit ninyo, tinanong po kayo ng isang colleague namin dito about the former president. Pinanggit niyo, mayor pa siya. Ano po, nung si Chief Garma ay naging commander ba sa Davao?
CIDG po.
O therefore, ang binabanggit ninyo, ito, yung pong behind the big person, sa sinabi po ni Chief Garma, ay inyong ini-implicate ang ating Pangulo, ang ating former president. Ganun po ba?
Hindi ko naman po in-implicate, pero hawak po sila ng mas mataas.
Okay, ibig sabihin yan, hawak po si Chief Garma ng mas mataas. At ang mas mataas niyan ay ang dating Pangulo. Tama ho ba ako?
Yes, Your Honor, Mr. Chair.
Okay, Mr. Chair, yun lamang po, sapagkat atin narinig na binanggit po ni Superintendent Padilla na merong mas mataas kaya siya natakot tungkol sa sinabi ni Chief Garma. Salamat po.
Thank you, Congressman Abante. The last to interpolate is our Senior Deputy Speaker, Dong Gonzales. You are recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Good morning, Colonel Padilla.
Yes, Your Honor, Mr. Chair. Good morning.
Medyo nanginginig pa po yung kamay nyo ngayon o hindi na? Hindi na po, no? Last August 28, medyo hindi ka masyadong kalmando. May tanong lang po ako sa inyo. Naniniwala ka na ngayon, tinanong ko si Tata, na tumawag si Colonel Garma sa inyo. At sabi mo, hindi mo nakausap. So, tinatanggap mo na ngayon na nag-usap kayo ni Colonel Garma.
Yes, Your Honor, Mr. Chair. In fact, hindi ko po sana nasagot nung previous kasi I am worry of my safety.
Salamat, Colonel Padilla. Ngayon, Colonel Padilla, meron na po akong hawak dito na sinumpahang salaysay ni Ginoong Leopoldo Tan na naging subject ng nakaraang investigasyon noong April 28, 2024 sa page number. Comsec, pwede po pakiabot lang kay Colonel Padilla po ito? Colonel Padilla, yung pong tatlo po yung nakabilog, gusto ko lang pong marinig ng mga miyembro at mga nakikinig sa buong mundo. Pwede niyo pong basahin yung number 28?
Number 28 po.
Number 28 po. Sa salaysay ni Leopoldo Tan.
Habang naglalakad kami,
Pakilapit po yung mikropono.
habang naglalakad kami papuntang investigation section, tumunog ang cellphone ni Superintendent Padilla. Nakita ko na pinindot ni Superintendent Padilla ang kanyang cellphone. Nadinig ko na sinabi nung tumawag kay Superintendent Padilla, "Congrats, Superintendent Padilla, job well done." Pero grabe yung ginawa mo, ginawang tinuguan.
Medyo mahina po yung mikropono. Pakiulit lang po yung last sentence.
Pero grabe yung ginawa mong dinuguan.
Oh.
29, alam ko
Sige
na...
po, number 29.
Number
Pakibasa po yung number
29
29.
Alam ko na ang kausap ni Superintendent Padilla ay si Presidente Duterte dahil familiar ko ang boses niya.
At number 30 po. Pakibasa yung number 30.
Pagkatapos ng tawag, sabi ni Superintendent Padilla sa mga kasamahan niya doon, tumawag si Presidente, nag-congrats sa akin. Dahil sa sinabing ito ni Superintendent Padilla, kaya lalo akong napaniwala na ang tumawag sa kanya ay si President Duterte.
Colonel Padilla, ngayon nandito ko po sa harap ng mga miyembro ng Kongreso. Nasa harap ka po ng mga kapwa natin Pilipino nanonood. Ang dami-dami nanonood sa atin. At maraming nanonood all over the country, all over the world. May tanong po ako sa inyo. Naniniwala po ba kayo sa sinabi ni Leopoldo Tan sa number 28, 29, at 30?
Mr. Chairman, if I may.
Okay, Congressman Fernandez.
With the indulgence of Senior Deputy Speaker, no, I think we're dealing deeply, with this discussion, and I'm just worried about the safety of Superintendent Padilla, considering that he is a 64-year-old retiring in a couple of months, and at the same time, his family lives in Davao City. He is asking for an executive session, and he continually insisting that he be given a chance on an executive session. We all know that the sensitivity of the issue that we are tackling right now, and it entails the life of the people that love this guy. Although, Mr. Chairman, we have seen some inaccuracy on the new affidavits that he submitted to us, but nevertheless, we cannot counter, no, yung buhay na maaaring mawala sa mga testimonyang ibibigay niya dito sa ating kapulungan. And I think it is incumbent upon all of us to think about the family of Superintendent Padilla. Last hearing, I hardly questioned the Superintendent Padilla because I know that he was lying. And indeed, with the change of affidavit that he subscribed right now, I think somehow he's telling the truth. But not completely. Because there is an apprehension on his part. And considering the safety of his children and his family, I think it is just proper for us to finally, ipagkalaw po natin sa kanya yung request niya doon po sa executive session. And he divulged a lot of things. The name of Garma, the name of Edelberto Leonardo, na nabanggit kanina, the former president as well. And I think, Mr. Chairman, this is high time that pagbigyan na po natin si Superintendent Padilla. And if I may, no, Mr. Chair, kasi you are reading a lot of documents. Those documents that you are reading right now pertains to what? Superintendent Padilla.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Tungkol po saan yung mga dokumentong yan?
Ito po yung logbook ng ship commander during the event.
Can you kindly submit that to us? Can we have that documents?
Yes, Your Honor, Mr. Chair.
Okay, sige. Thank you so much. And with that, Mr. Chairman, I move that we convene our Quadcom into an executive session.
Before the
Chairman.
chair rules
Mr. Chair.
on that motion by Congressman Dan Fernandez, allow the chair to recognize our Deputy Speaker, Robbie Puno. You are recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Just a quick question to edify this representation, Mr. Chairman. In the issue of in the consideration of a request for an executive session, may I inquire what are the criteria for deciding whether we do or do not grant this request? Is it completely at the discretion of subject to a vote by the body? Or do we consider personal safety? Do we consider national security? Or other factors? May I please ask the chair for clarification on that issue?
Well, in reply to Congressman Robbie Puno, if the committee, this is Section 37 of our rules, no? It says that if the committee, on the 6th paragraph, Section 37, regular and special meetings, if the committee or subcommittee deems that the subject matter of the discussion in a public hearing may endanger national security or may be offensive to decency or public morals, it shall conduct the meeting in an executive session. In our case, the parliamentary status is that Congressman Dan Fernandez made a motion to convert this hearing into an executive session. Earlier, there was a manifestation by Congressman Keith Flores and Congressman Abante objecting to the request that we grant executive session to Colonel Padilla. So since there are objections and the motion is proper at the moment, then let us vote on the motion of
Mr. Chairman.
Congressman Dan
Mr. Chair.
Fernandez.
Mr. Chair, if I may, Mr. Chairman,
Okay.
because prior to the motion that I manifested a while ago, the objection of Congressman Keith Flores and the Chairman Abante, there were no proper motion that was moved by the two of them. They have manifested their objection on having a executive session in relation to the letter that was given to us by Superintendent Padilla. So I think the proper objection must be done on the motion that I have manifested on this Quadcom, Mr. Chairman.
Okay,
Mr.
let
Chair,
it be
Mr. Chair.
okay, Congressman Abante.
I think there was a motion made by Congressman Keith Flores. Now, I'd like to explain my objection, Mr. Chair. Now.
Okay.
Number one,
There is a motion by Congressman Dan Fernandez to convert this hearing into an executive session. Earlier, there was a manifestation made by Congressman Keith Flores as an objection to that request of Colonel Padilla, and which was also stated by Congressman Benny Abante, objecting to the same request. Now, since we want to decide this collectively as a body, we would like to give both the members of this committee who objected and state for the record the reason why they objected in the motion to grant executive session to Colonel Padilla. So we would like to hear the objection first of Congressman Abante and then Congressman Keith Flores. Congressman Abante, you're recognized.
yes, Mr. Chair, with due respect to my co-chair, Dan Fernandez, I objected because, number one, Superintendent Padilla already made it public, and he has answered many questions already. As far as his affidavit is concerned. And number two, Mr. Chair, he has already actually implicated the former president by my questions, Mr. Chair, on the issue of the killing of the 3 Chinese drug lords. Yun lang po ang gusto kong sabihin, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Congressman Abante. Congressman Flores, you have the floor.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair, in light of the manifestation of Chairman Dan Fernandez, I will give Colonel Padilla a chance, Mr. Chair, to answer questions which he thinks should only be disclosed during an executive session.
Thank you, Congressman Flores. So now, we will now rule on the motion of Congressman Dan Fernandez.
Mr. Chair, can I ask for a 1-minute suspension,
On the
please?
question raised by Congressman Robbie Puno, does the gentleman from Antipolo is satisfied with the reply of the chair?
Just a further clarification, Mr. Chairman.
Please proceed.
The response that I hear from the chairman seems to suggest that the position taken by the by Colonel Padilla has been that it is for his personal safety that he wants an executive session. And according to the rules that you have stated, Mr. Chairman, that's not one of the criteria for granting an executive session.
But,
That's
Mr. Chair,
all, Mr. Chairman.
Among others, the reason that Colonel Padilla cited is the safety, his personal safety and his family's safety. Now, we will grant him an executive session, listen to his revelation, and we will decide whether indeed the session that we will have with him is an executive session where we cannot disclose to the public what we discussed in this executive session. So it is still up to the committee to whether we will make public the disclosure or the revelation that would be made by Colonel Padilla in our executive session.
That's clear, very clear, Mr. Chairman. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Congressman
Mr. Chair, may
Puno.
I ask for a 1-minute suspension, please?
1 minute suspension. Hearing is resumed.
Mr. Chair.
Congressman SDS Dong Gonzales first, and then Congressman Benny Abante. SDS Gonzales.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. For all those reasons, I will now give way. I will stop my line of questioning to Colonel Padilla to give way for the executive session.
Thank you.
Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Congressman Gonzales. Yes,
Mr.
Congressman
Chair,
Abante.
in respect to my good friend who will become the governor of Laguna, I accede to the request of the COM to give Superintendent Padilla an executive session. Thank you.
Okay, so there is a motion to convert this hearing into an executive session. Duly seconded. Are there any objections? Hearing none, the motion is carried.